Good morning, everybody. Joe Ciaccio here. Got some notes here I'm gonna go over with you. Let's talk about, boy howdy. I think about this all the time when I used to run leads, and now that I don't run leads, could I make more money? Or what's the purpose of buying leads? And Joe, the leads cost so much money. And what ends up happening is that your mind starts playing these games with you. If I save the money on leads, I'm gonna make more money every week. Logically speaking, that does make sense. Yet, our job is to get in front of people. Now, could you go door knock people every day? Of course you can. Can you buy a list from Heather to go door knock people and walk down the streets? Yes, you can. No matter what you do, you got to get in front of people. I think a lead is a much warmer way to speak to somebody. Joe, I can't afford to buy leads. Well, if you can't afford to buy leads, you've got to do whatever you can to make extra money to start saving to where you can get into some type of lead program. Now, if you think about this here, a lead is an opportunity to knock on a door. It's a reason to go to somebody's house. It's an excuse to knock on that door to say hello. You would send a card in requesting some free information. Knock, knock, knock. Hello, how you doing? Think about this here. We have a lead now that is $30. How long is it be $30? I don't know. But right now, $30 a lead. Okay? We also have a digital lead for $13. So if you say, Joe, I can't afford the 30, let's get you on the $13 leads. Joe, I want to get only 15 direct mail, and I want to get the balance in digital. No matter how you want, we've got different packages for you to pick from. We can even tailor make it to your budget. The beauty is that we can get you started with, let's say, 20 leads of direct mail and 15 digital leads. You say, Joe, I kind of like those direct mails a little bit more because I got the people's handwriting on it. We can increase that there, lower your digital. The most important thing is to get in front of people. If I had a way to tell you, do not spend money on leads and just do this, I would have told you that a long time ago. They've got it down to where you can buy Facebook leads, cost you almost nothing. But what they don't tell you is going to cost you a bunch of money up front for the expectation that those leads are going to come in. I got some agents who are going and doing things on Indeed trying to find people. Okay? There's always a way to skin a cat. Now, what ends up happening, your mind process is always trying to save money. Smart thing. But what happens, you start getting tangled up in wanting to save money, and it prevents you from going out and making money because you got really nobody to see. Now, if you buy 25 leads a week, direct mail leads a week, at $30 a lead, you're looking at $750. It's a lot of money. Can't tell you it's not. Start with 20 leads a week. Start with 50 leads a week. But the agents that are putting the big numbers on the board are buying more leads. It's all based on your finances. Believe it, you can crawl before you start to walk, before you start to trot, and then you start to run. We can talk with you. We can kind of find out what works best for you. Because it's not smart for me to say, oh, you got to get 25 leads a week. If you don't, you're going to go out of business. Well, if I push all these leads on you, you're going to go out of business because you're going to go broke because you're not making enough sales to overcome your lead costs. So it's kind of like a fine line on how many you should get. If business is slow, that does not mean to go out and buy more leads. We need to rethink what you're doing not good. Front door approach, your conversation, underwriting, your confidence when you're speaking. All these things here value into what type of closer you are. Let's sit and say you're a 25% closer. 25% closer means on every 25 leads you buy, you're going to make 6.25 sales. We'll round down to an even 6 sales per 25. Joe, that don't seem like a lot. Well, to me it's not. To me it's not. We've got agents doing a little bit more. They're doing 32, 34, 35% closes. Because if you sit and think about this here, if you get 35 leads, I'm going to say a minimum of 15 people are going to be married. Minimum of 15 married. So now you've got an opportunity, 25 plus 15 that are married. You got 40 warm bodies you're going to see when you get to their house. 40 people. Now, I'm going to talk about the money you can make in a minute. You sit and figure 40 people you can talk to. 40. Now, let's think about the 25 leads you bought. How many doors you can knock on? 25 leads, 3 houses across the street, the 2 next door, walking distance. That's another 125 people per week. You can do that with every lead? Probably not. Probably not. Okay? Yet, you have the opportunity to see another 125 people. If you're in an apartment complex, you can kind of knock on a couple doors on the left, a couple doors on the right to see what you can do. If you're over 40 years old, somebody has sent you a direct mail lead for final expense or Medicare. So when you go to the door, they've received something. We'll talk about what you can talk about at the door another time. Now, 25 leads, 15 married, 40 people, 125 people across the street next door. That's 165 people a week you're going to see by spending only $750. Now, what I did not do was do the 165 divided in $750. That's basically what your lead cost breaks down to be. Now we got to sit and think about, by buying leads, now you have an opportunity to ask more people if there's somebody that I can help that they know or may need your services. How many leads can you get on referrals from those 25? It depends on how aggressive you want to be. I'm going to say a minimum of 5. A minimum of 5 you can get. If you're good at it, and every person, let's say every person gives you 1, that's 25. We know that some people are going to give you 1, 2, or 3. Some are going to tell you, forget about it, I don't know nobody. So 5, 7, 10 people you can go see off of those 25 leads you bought. So when you start factoring all of that in, you're looking at like 175 people a week that you have the opportunity to talk to. Joe, I can't talk to 175 people a week. Well, I know that there. I know that there. I'm telling you the opportunity you have. So you may say, you know something, Joe, I kind of like that idea of knocking on the houses. I need to spruce up a little bit on my referrals. Do you think I should get less leads? Again, that's kind of one of those, I don't know what to say. All depends on how aggressive you want to be. Depends on how much you want to learn to ask for referrals. How much you want to learn to knock on the houses next door. How much guts you have to do that. I got some agents that won't do it. I said, Joe, I can't do it. If it's not a lead, I can't go to a door. That's all right, okay? Do what you do that makes you feel comfortable. Now, what I'm going to tell you is that you got to get out of that comfort zone. You've got to come to a point to where you tell yourself, I want to start making more money without having to spend more money. How can you do that? Referrals, knocking on the house next door. So it'll be challenging. It'll be hard. Once you start doing it and you see that it becomes easier and easier, and when people say, yes, I have been wanting that information, or yes, my sister died and they had no insurance, yes, please come in, and you start making sales, you can go, it's not that hard. Because believe it or not, when you start making sales off knocking on a house next door, you actually want to knock on the houses because it's called not easy money, but it's called additional income to go in your checking account. So what I think about on referrals and knocking on the houses next door, and I don't think about doing 15 sales a week on that there. I'm going to tell you, we're going to make one extra sale a week, which I know you should make at least 3 more a week. Okay? Let's say you make one extra sale. And let's say by the time you shake and bake your commission and all that stuff there, let's say you make $500 on that one sale per week. It's a little over $2,000 a week. Okay? Car payment, your insurance, your gas, and other expenses you have. By just, hello, my name is Joe, visiting with your neighbor next door. He told me you may be interested in maybe going over some of the new programs we have in your area to take care of your final expense, your Medicare, accidental insurance, things for your grandkids, or a mortgage protection plan to take care of your home in the event you pass away. There will be no more mortgage payments. You start talking nice to people like that there, just come across easy, a little bit of enthusiasm, you're going to get somebody who's going to spark their interest. From there, the game is on, and now you got to play the cards based on how your opponent is answering your questions. So I started thinking about this here. If you make 6 sales a week, just 6, average sale, let's say it's $50 a month. They say it's higher, but I'm going to go with 50 a month. That's $600. That's $3,600 a week in annualized premiums. Okay? That's not including what commission level you're at. The $3,600 is at a 100-point commission. If you're higher, you're lower, whatever your level's at, do the math. So at $3,600, at a 75% advance, if I calculated right, you're looking at about $2,700 in commissions. Knock off your $750 on your leads, you're right there at an even $2,100. $2,100 that you're going to put in your pocket. You make one referral lead, that's $2,600. It's not bad, guys. That's $10,000 a month, net, after your lead expense. Now let's sit and say, you say, Joe, I don't want to buy leads. Leads are too expensive. I can't do it. So you're going to start door knocking people. How many sales can you make a week door knocking people? I've got no God-given idea. I had a guy that used to work for us, he used to make 2 or 3 sales a week. But he was diligent. He was out there every single day. Let's say you make 2 sales. $6. That's $1,200. By the time you do your advances and that, you're looking at $1,050. I'm showing you a way to where you can make 3 times that much, and you're spending $750, and you're gaining inventory for Medicare. Everybody you talk to who's over the age of 65 or underage disability gives you an opportunity to talk to them about Medicare Advantage, Medicare supplements, whatever they want. Can you knock on doors and talk about Medicare supplements? Yes. Are you supposed to knock on doors and talk about Medicare Advantage? No, you're not supposed to. So you've got to take a thought process, put a pen to it, and say, do I want to spend money for leads and make what I just said, or do I want to continue spending no money on leads and making what I'm making? Let's say you say, Joe, I want to do just those digital leads. Okay, $13 each. That's $260 for 20. So you're looking at maybe $3.25 for 25 digital leads. The minimum order is 25. Can you make money doing those leads? Yes, you can. Whatever reason or ever way you get in front of somebody, as I said earlier, is an excuse, it's a reason, it's an opportunity to visit with somebody, because we have no idea what is going on in their lives as we speak or just recently. So should you spend 13 or should you spend 30? Depends on the type of lead you want. Okay, depends on the lead you want. Historically, a direct mail lead is better for the mere fact is that it has their handwriting on it, their names on it, their phone number. Yet with a digital lead, you can get a little over 2 leads for 1 direct mail. So what I want you to do is to sit and think, do I want to spend 13 on a lead? Do I want to spend 30 on a lead? Do I want to get 2 leads for 26 compared to 1 lead for 30? These are choices you got to make. Some agents would rather spend the $13 on a lead and have twice as many people to see than a direct mail. Some agents will buy direct mail leads and they'll buy the digital leads for a combination platter, and what they'll do, they'll keep track. I bought X amount of leads direct, X amount for digital, I made this many sales, and they kind of do a little graph to see what is better. We've got some agents who will buy 20 direct mail leads, just 20, and they'll buy a list from Heather, a walking list, and walk to people in the neighborhood of the zips that they're running. There's always another way to skin a cat. Do you need to buy a walking list when you're buying direct mail leads? If you want. Yet, you've got people right across the street next door that you can talk to, instead of buying a list and driving. So there's a way to cut the cost by buying the direct mail leads. It's going to save you time, gas, and your legs not being tired and sweating. So think about it. I am a proponent on a lead. I don't care what type of lead it is. It's an opportunity to get in front of somebody. If that person does not need it, want it, desire it, or at the time has no need for it, is there somebody that I can share this information with? A brother or sister, aunt or uncle, niece or nephew? Some people are going to say nope. Some people are going to say yes. You know something? I was speaking to my nephew over Thanksgiving about life insurance. Can you give him a call? Certainly can. Pick the way you want to do it. Overall, as I just shared with you, a lead program spending $750 a week, you can make more money doing that than you can knocking on doors. So with that said, call us up. I'll be happy to go over some areas with you, see if they're available. If I'm not available, you can talk to Heather. Make it a great day. We appreciate you. Love you. Then go out and make some money. Bye-bye, guys.